Hello everyone! Welcome to today's episode of US News from KidSense. We'll cover Women's History Month, a story about how 2 kids saved an infant's life, the penny debate, and more.
Hello! March is celebrated as Women's History Month. It is a way to remember and recognize women for their contributions. These women come from different locations and backgrounds. Who are or were these women, and how do they get selected? A nationwide group of teachers, students, parents, and organizations together form the National Women's History Project, which is also known as the NWHP. They select a theme each year. Several women are nominated based on the theme, and the NWHP finally selects the women to be honored. In 2013, the theme was Women Inspiring Innovation Through Imagination. 115 women were nominated. 18 were selected to be honored and recognized for their accomplishments. Among those recognized this year was physicist Edith Clark, who invented the Clark's calculator to solve very complex equations involving electricity. Another is Susan Solomon, a Nobel Prize winner. She discovered the causes of ozone depletion over the Antarctic. Be sure to find out more about all the honorees and their accomplishments.
Next, do you plan to participate in a spelling bee contest in the future? You should definitely hear about the story of Sierra Shoemaker, a contestant at the Selma School District in California. She was almost out of the spelling bee contest this year while spelling the word Braille. When Sierra spelled Braille, she knew she had it right. The judges, however, claimed that the word only had one L in it because the response key had a typo. Even the audience caught the error, but she knew better than to argue about it in a competition, even if it meant elimination. Wow! That's really hard to do, isn't it? Fortunately, the school community got behind her and fought on her behalf to get her back into the competition. Sierra went on to continue in the competition and was a contestant at the 2013 Fresno County Spelling Bee that took place on March 21st.
Speaking of contests, there have been some very interesting fundraising efforts by contestants of the Google Lunar X Prize, or the Moon 2.0 contest. Announced in September 2007, the competition is a race to space for a private robotic spacecraft. The challenge is to be the first team to launch a robotic spacecraft that can land on the moon, travel 500 meters on its surface, and send videos, images, and data back to Earth. There are 25 teams participating to win a prize of up to $20 million. The teams have until the end of 2015 to make this happen, but the first team wins. Teams have been looking for sponsors or do fundraising activities to get the money needed to build their spacecraft. Several teams got new sponsors and others started fundraising. A rather creative fundraising effort was started this March by a team called Plan B. They have created lunar currency for collectors to buy. Any of you young coin collectors looking for a lunaro?
Moving on, 2 elementary school boys, 9-year-old Ethan Wilson and his 10-year-old friend Rocky Hurt, used CPR to save an infant's life. What is CPR? Cardiopulmonary resuscitation is an emergency procedure that saves lives. Let's take a step back and understand this in simple terms. Cardio means heart, pulmonary means lungs, and resuscitation means to revive. Sometimes CPR can help revive a person who has stopped breathing or whose heart may have stopped beating. Recently, a mom named Susanna Rome noticed that her son, Isaiah, was pale. His arms and legs had gone limp and he wasn't breathing. In her panic, she dropped and broke her cell phone when trying to make a 911 call. She had no other means of communication, so she grabbed her son and ran outside, screaming for help. She saw 2 young boys playing and asked them to have their parents call 911 immediately. Instead of calling their parents, the boys ran over and taught Susanna how to give her son CPR. In a few minutes, the baby boy started crying, a sure sign that he was breathing again. He was taken to a hospital afterwards, where the doctors said that CPR had saved Isaiah's life. Ethan and Rocky are students at Sedalia Park Elementary and said they had learned the CPR technique for infants from a poster they were shown during their health class. Wow! Thanks to their presence of mind and knowledge of CPR, Isaiah was saved.
Moving to our last story. After Canada decided to stop using its penny, There has been a debate as to whether the U.S. should do the same. A penny is a 1-cent coin equal to 1/100th of a dollar. Some people think we should continue using pennies, while some feel that we should stop manufacturing them. Both sides in the penny debate make some good points, and no decision has been made yet. Let's take a look at both sides. People who support the penny believe that without a penny, stores will round up to the nickel. This means that prices will increase, and this will affect the poor most of all. They also believe that charities and tips will reduce, since most people give away their pennies more easily than they would their nickel. And Americans are very sentimental about their penny and Lincoln's face on it. People who are against the penny believe that pennies are worthless since many people just give or even throw them away. Pennies also add to the weight in wallets and waste time. You may have seen your parents dig into their pockets or purse to find that last cent so that they could pay for something with exact change. Research shows that it could save almost 30 seconds at a cash register if customers don't look for pennies. 30 seconds at a grocery store aisle or deli? Wow! So, should we keep the penny or let it go? I like the 30 seconds I can save at the grocery store, but I don't like an increase in prices. What do you think?
And that's all we have for this edition of U.S. News Today. Bye!
Bye!